I've cut down 3 times in my entire life. Once when I was a really fat, ugly, depressed teenager, 15-year-old. The second time I was injured, I got fat then, coming back now. And then now, just after exams, I've been cutting down. And this one, this cycle has been the easiest by a long shot. And I'm going to explain to you exactly why that is and try and teach you it really quickly in this video so I don't waste your time either. So, to get to the point of the video, literally, I just did 1 hour of cardio every time I went to the gym, probably 4 or 5 times a week, and then that kind of hits your really high step goal. It's really slow, steady state. I'm on the incline treadmill doing like speed 5 and incline 10, and it's just not that taxing. It's super easy to get it done, bang it out. Even 40 minutes burns like 350 calories. Go up to an hour. I think the most I've done in 1 hour is like 550 calories, and that's a really easy, simple deficit instantly. And literally within the first 2 weeks of doing this, I cut down so much. I started seeing my abs again after not like trying to cut down and bulking actually for like ages. And that's like super super simple. Just if you're kind of experienced in the gym and you know how to track your calories, track like what food you want to eat, and you kind of have a rough idea, even without tracking calories, I was cutting down ridiculously fast just by doing this. Okay, so if you want to go now, literally that's it, done. But now here's some more like not niche advice, but just important things to know that if you want to be able to cut down effectively and not like relapse and fuck up. Because it's really easy and simple for me to just say that go and do 1 hour cardio treadmill every single day. But actually implementing it, being consistent with that, not skipping it, there are some certain pitfalls I've fallen into, which I don't want you to fall into. And I'm going to try and stop you from doing that. So the number one most common thing was I ran out of time. Okay. So I do my whole workout, do like pushing, like whatever it was, that takes an hour and a half, especially if I'm with my friends, like 2 hours. Okay. And then sometimes they give me lifts to the gym and then they want to go home and then I want to stay and do my cardio. And then I kind of end up crumbling because like it's kind of like what no one, I'm with like 3 or 4 people and they all don't want to do cardio. And I'm just the one there that wants to do it. Right. So then it's really easy in these situations to crumble and just go back to like, nah, I won't do it later, another day. But then another week passes and you've skipped it 3 more times, and now you're just not cutting anymore. Okay. So what do you do about the situation? You just stop being a bitch. Okay. This I'm speaking to myself as much as I'm speaking to you lot right now. When you are there and your friends are saying, no, just go home, let's not do cardio today, and you know it's best for you to do it, don't listen to what they're saying. Let them go on their own and just thug it out yourself. Okay. It's going to be a little bit awkward, and trust me, it's not like the most comfortable conversation to have all the time, and to bring it up and be like, no, I don't want to just go home. Or sometimes your friends are going to want to go out to eat after you go to the gym, but then you're cutting down. Your journey of like losing weight is more important than them having food and you enjoying like spending a bit more time with them, because you've hung out with them for like 2 hours already at the gym. On the way to the gym, fucking around is fun. You can go, and if you and trust me, it's really like awkward and it's quite difficult even to be there with your friends when they're going out to get food and you're just sat there like, no, I won't get anything, just getting like a fucking water or some shit. Just honestly, just sit there and just allow it. You know what I mean? Just what am I even talking about? No, I'm saying when you want to do your cardio at the gym, just find a way. Don't let any excuses hold you back from doing that. Okay. If you need to walk home afterwards, that's fine. Cut your cardio short by like 20 minutes and enjoy the walk home. If you need to get picked up, that's fine. If you need to take the bus instead of getting dropped by your mates, that's fine. Okay, just make sure you're not skipping that cardio in the gym, because that steady state incline walk when it's at the same speed the whole time is going to be so much more effective than if you're walking around outside. And obviously, walking outside is great, but hitting like 20K steps a day, which is enough to put you in a deficit consistently, is going to take what, 3 hours of walking every single day outside, out and about. And that's like you don't stop, by the way, you're just actually walking around. Even if like you're not going super fast, you can walk like 3.5, 4 hours, which is just, it takes long in it. And I can burn 550, 500 calories by just doing 1 hour on the treadmill at that speed. So for me, it's just so much more effective. It's like 3 times quicker. And I just have to like distract myself while I do it. That's my next point. Because when you're on the treadmill and you're just walking consistently and you're just looking at the time, it feels like an hour has passed by and it's been like 5 minutes, because it's so boring. You just keep looking back at the time, 30 seconds. You're looking around, oh, this person's working out over there. It's just some bullshit. It's so, so boring if you're just there staring at the time. And when I really need to clear my mind, sometimes I just raw dog it, no music, no nothing. And I just walk around trying to focus on a point. I try and meditate, whatever it is, right? But the easiest way to make the cardio feel super, super easy, effortless, because on your body it's not super taxing. It's just you have to force yourself to be there on the treadmill. And the easiest way for me was just distracting myself. I'd watch like a long form video, I'd watch like some podcasts, I'd listen to an audiobook. And for me personally, music was not that helpful because it's just like it's kind of a background thing for me, especially when I'm working out. I'm talking to my mates, and maybe I've got an AirPod in or something, but it's just not like the main thing. That's all I'm focusing on. I can't really vibe to it fully and just distract myself that much. So try and find like a show you want to watch on Netflix, for example. But because we're here on self improvement, try and watch like a self improvement video. Next time you're on the treadmill, go through some of my older videos and watch them. It's like all of them are useful. I don't post like bullshit BS like shit posting stuff on YouTube, TikTok maybe, but YouTube, this is all useful stuff you should definitely need to know. And my niche is kind of about cutting down and losing weight and self improvement in general, so maybe stick to that. And another thing I was going to talk about is I mentioned earlier that the cardio should not be difficult. If you're genuinely there and you're like getting out of breath and you're like, like you're going too fast, you need to slow down. If like when I first started doing the cardio, I was still doing 1 hour, but I was at the speed like 4.5, and I was still like generally almost dripping with sweat by the end of the hour. And now I've gotten fitter, I can go up to 5. And the easiest way for you to actually be able to build up your fitness while you do this is to force yourself to breathe through your nose. Because I read this book called The Oxygen Advantage, and basically in that book it just tells you that if you nasally breathe, it's much more effective for like oxygen transfer from your blood towards your muscles and stuff, and therefore you don't get as much of a lactic acid buildup, and you feel less sore, less out of breath, less tired. Because when you breathe through your mouth, essentially you lose too much carbon dioxide because it's like a larger volume of air coming out. And essentially, what that does is because your blood's carbon dioxide levels are lower, the rate at which oxygen is exchanged with your muscles is lower. So obviously your blood oxygen saturation, that PO2 partial pressure of oxygen, that's going to be like 95, 99%. But going into your muscles, it's not going to be very effective if you are breathing through your mouth. So let's all try for the next time we do this cardio, which you are going to do, we're going to like try and just breathe through your nose the whole time. Just thug it out. Obviously, if you're with your mates or you're talking to people, that makes it super fun. That's an amazing way to distract yourself. But I do tend to get a little bit more out of breath, but it's not that deep because it's more fun. Okay. And having friends who are down to do cardio, one of your friends, if they're cutting down as well, just say that, yo, let's bang out 30 minutes of cardio today. And they can go after 30. You can bang out the whole hour, right? And that's you actually being able to be consistent on your journey. And it's going to help you because they're kind of on the same path as you, and you can push each other forward. Like they might go up to speed 5.2, and you're going to be like, fuck, he's ahead of me now. You're going to go up to speed 5.5. It's going to be build up and up and up. Obviously, try not to be super silly and unintelligent with it, but like if you need to do that and that's going to help you progress, the competition is amazing for growth. Competition is the biggest way you're going to progress, okay? Because sometimes, yeah, a lot of my friends, they started cutting down after seeing me getting leaner and getting abs and stuff. And like that's completely fair because like you don't want to be like worse than your friends, right? You want to be better than other people around you, and that's a natural part of being a man, of being a human. Like you want to be good, you want to be great, and let that propel you. Don't suppress that and hold that back. Let those kind of, I don't want to say those darker like emotions because it's not a bad thing, but I'm saying like if you feel really, really angry one day and you're like pissed off, or your girlfriend broke up with you, or you had this massive argument with your mom or something, and like you're kind of sad about it, but you're also really angry, or you want to like, mm, I was gonna say you want to get revenge, but I've never kind of felt that myself. But some like sort of angry sort of emotion. Let that anger drive you in the gym. Let that anger push you forward and become the best version of yourself. Don't use it in a destructive way like smoking weed, drinking alcohol, going out partying, clubbing, doing balloons and drugs and stuff. Just use it in the fucking gym. When you're there and you're pissed off, let that allow your brain to like click into a new level of intensity during your set. Like you're pushing, like you're pushing as hard as you can, literally just like that. And then I think apart from that, another important thing to know about cutting down is you don't want to be losing muscle while you're cutting down. Because if you're cutting and you're in a massive calorie deficit, then you're going to struggle to actually like retain muscle. So I'd recommend obviously cut hard for a shorter period of time is more effective than a longer cut because overall I believe you're going to lose less muscle that way because it's less time. Okay. But the number one thing which is important for building muscle and actually retaining muscle on a cut, it isn't the protein you eat, it's not the diet you have, it's not how much you sleep, it's actually lifting in the gym. Never ever ever sacrifice lifting weights, stimulating your muscles to grow to just do cardio, do like a bit of this and stuff, okay? Because what I'm because if you don't tell your muscles that you need to stay big and you're not strong enough right now, and you do that by pushing to in a set till you fail, basically, if you don't do that, then you're going to be sat there and your body's going to be thinking that, yo, I don't need this muscle right now. Why am I expending my energy trying to like, um, what's the word for it? Trying to like use up the fat. Well, I can just lose muscle instead. It's faster because like trust me, your body likes to use carbohydrates first, then proteins, then fats because like I don't know, it's just easier for them to metabolize the proteins, right? So you need to actually stimulate your body to retain the muscle and do that by lifting super intense. Okay, and obviously hitting your protein goals and stuff. But if you are on your calories and then you are hitting like your target calories you want to cut down on, right? And you maybe have 20, 30 grams of protein left. If you've already hit 120, 130 grams of protein that day, just firm it, honestly, because the calories are more important than the protein in this situation. Because more calories means you're going to be not cutting down in that situation. And the protein is not super important. Studies have literally shown if you get like 120, 130 grams of protein a day, that's how much your body really wants to use. And any more than that is kind of not necessary. But if you are bulking or you're trying to maintain or you're trying to um, like body recomposition or something, I'd recommend going like around 1 pound, no 1 gram per pound of body weight. But if that's not like fully necessary for you, just don't do it, especially on a cut when you're trying to cut down the calories. Don't like hyperfixate upon the protein. Honestly, in this situation, to carbohydrates might even be more important because you want to be able to push really fucking hard during your sets, right? And if you're not supplying your body with the correct amount of carbohydrates and there's not enough like sugar inside your body, you're not going to have enough energy to actually push to the level of intensity that you're going to need inside of that set in order to actually like build muscle. Okay, and I have run out of points for this video, but that's like some of the key reasons why cutting down has been super easy for me. And if you resonate with any of this stuff, then my personal coaching 101, that I literally do a free call for free. You can send me like a big block of text about like what you're struggling with, exactly like specific details, and then I'm gonna make a plan for you, explain it on the free call, and it's gonna save like 6 to 12 months of your life, honestly, because I've got so much expertise. I've been down the exact same routes as you. Okay, so good luck on this journey. You're gonna smash it, bro. I believe in you. Good luck. See you later. Bang.